What's up guys, Dragonball here with another Dragonball Legends video. This time with something more surprising news. We got, as you can see on the social media for Dragonball Legends, and for 3 hours ago we got a hint for the new Legends Limited character here. As you can see this picture here, that's the hint, and that's a spinning wheel. I hope that's called like that. Yellow and red. And I think everyone who sees this can automatically think of one unit. I mean, if you quickly go, I think it's obvious that it's Kefla, but if you look in Kefla's final attack that she did against UI Goku, I mean, this fits really well to it. So I think most of the people who saw this are just quite sure that it's Kefla just by looking at this. But also, if you look at the text here, brace yourself for the blood-curdling explosive birth of a new super warrior. That's an interesting wording they used, and the thing is, if you copy that and now put it in your search and type that in, you can see we're going to Dragonball wiki, and you can see, looking at this picture, that's a Dragonball Super, how do you call it, episode title, Blood Curdling, the explosive birth of a new Super Warrior. So it's already converted for Dragonball Super, and what you guys see here is Kale in her Berserk form, then Kale and Caulifla fighting against God Goku, and in the end we see pictures of Kefla. So this is basically 100% confirmed that we're getting a Kefla right here. For me personally, I personally would have preferred a Wuhan. Again, I've been pushing this agenda of we need a new Wuhan. In this anniversary it would be really cool to get Wuhan with multiple transformations. I have been pushing this since for part 1, for part 2, and now the after party. So I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't get him, but Kefla was also one of the units I predicted as for part 1, because I think she deserves an 11 at this point, and we got a Synchro Gauge last year, so a Kefla, or a Revival Kefla or Synchro Gauge Kefla would have been a great choice in my opinion. I did not think we would get her, especially because, go to Universe Rap, we got these two guys, there's 1% sparking. I did not think we could get in Kefla because of this, but considering that we got these two, I think then tag Kale and Caulifla who revive into Kefla is kinda not an option anymore. I would say it would be weird to get two models of these two guys, so I think we're gonna get a Kefla who probably transforms into Super Saiyan 2, I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. If they're gonna do a Synchro Gauge, we're going to get another Kale and Caulifla tag unit, which at that point I think they should have replaced these guys with something else. They could have done and tag, hit, and got Goku as a 1% sparking. They could have done that if they wanted to. Something different, considering we're gonna get a Kefla later. I think, because the thing is with Kefla, if they're gonna give us a Kefla who's already fused, many people will be like, why is this not a Synchro Gauge Kale and Caulifla? So, I don't know how they're gonna do this. I don't think they're gonna give us another Kale and Caulifla tag unit who then Synchro Gauges, because they made these two a tag character for part 1. But now that we know it's at least a Kefla, we can look at two things, because Kefla is not only on Fusion Warrior tag, but she's also, if you look here, Universe Rap. So there are two options that she could be relevant for. And also an interesting thing, which I didn't think about, I was wondering about this on Wednesday, because on reset we got a new equipment, which it didn't fit really in this after party, but now considering it's Kevlar, it makes more sense. We got this same universe rep, which gives blast defense, strike defense, and health, so defense equipment. And I was really very confused when we got this, because I was like, okay, this is the after party. This is all got focus about Fusion Warriors and Vegeta right now. What's this universe rep that equipment doing here? But yeah, now considering it's Kevlar, it kinda makes sense why they dropped this. But now looking at her tags, because the question, I think they're gonna do this more of a Fusion Warrior related thing, because I think now getting Super Vegito and now then Kevlar, 2 Fusion Warriors, I think they're gonna try to set up a Fusion Warrior team. So think about what color she could be and what they could do for the rest of this after party. Now that we know it's Super Vegito already on here and Kevlar. I think the colors that make the most sense surrounded up around him are either blue or green. But I don't know which color would be the best one for her. Blue would be... I don't know about blue, because she could potentially get an Ultra Frieza victim. And for green, I mean, to be honest, if she's green, most safest color right now that exists. So, and another unit against UI. But I mean, blue would protect him on Ultra Kaioken, but I don't even know if he needs it right now. I mean, for Kevlar's sake, green would be the best choice. Depending on what kind of abilities she has for Universe, considering that she's also a Universe rep, it wouldn't be the worst thing if she was green as well. I mean, she would replace Rev UI, which, depending on what ability she has, it's not a big issue. But yeah, on Universe Rep, the color I thought about was actually purple, because Ultra Hit is red, UI is blue. A purple unit would help the team a lot. I mean, they have the red unit for Ultra Goku, they have the purple unit against Frieza, and blue unit against Kaioken Goku. I think those are the 3 most terrifying units in this game right now, and that would help the Universe Rep team being relevant again, I guess. But it really depends what they're gonna do for this Kevlar. If she has a revival, if she has a comeback mechanic, or anything. I think if she's purple, she definitely needs a kind of second life mechanic that can't be cancelled or by endurance certification. Yeah, that is my guess. I don't think this is gonna be a Universe Rep related thing necessarily. So, but what if they're gonna want to help out the team, like, not as a primary focus, but as a secondary thing? Purple would be the best choice. But I mean, if they're gonna make her purple and she's also gonna fit a Fusion Warrior tag, we definitely need a red unit as well. So looking at the Fusion Warrior tag, because I think we're gonna get another Fusion Warrior buff, hopefully. When it comes to Zenkais, I can only think about Super Gogeta actually, because if you look at the other LFs in the game for Fusion Warrior that don't have a Zenkai, they're all just 1 year old, and I don't think they need a Zenkai now. But I can see a lot of units here getting a Plaid equipment. So for Zenkai, these guys are I would say the oldest Fusion Warrior unit that we have that don't have a Zenkai, as an LF character obviously. I mean, Super 17 is not that far away from these guys, a few months. I would say, yeah, Pico and Vegeta deserve it more. It would also give a rival unit for the Fusion Warrior tag, but then I would say her being purple would be weird, so I would say she would have to be blue. as a color wheel. I mean, she could also be like red, I guess, but I don't know if I want her to be red. Wouldn't be the worst thing ever, but I don't know. I'm not quite sure about this. So the color, it really depends if they're gonna do another Fusion Warrior buff, because let's just say they don't give us a Zenkai, but they give us a Plat. I think the most deserved one right now is Fusion Zamasu or these guys. The problem with these guys is Vegito right now is around, and I don't want these two to be like double yellow setup. I mean, Charakter Goku is still a pretty good unit, even though this guy, for example, has type neutrality on entry. We don't need to have two yellows right now, I think. I mean, yeah, so I would say Fusion Zamasu. I think him giving Fusion Zamasu a Plat, that helps him. I think he deserves it a lot, because I personally thought on release he needed type neutrality. That's the first thing, because a blue unit can just shut him down, and that was just really bad. And then also they released Red Cell, and if you look at Red Cell and Fusion Zamasu, they have the same tags except for what? Cell Saga and Future Trunks Saga. That's like the only difference. And Fusion Warriors, obviously, but they're on Regen, they're on Future, powerful opponent. They have a lot of similar teams together, and Red Cell was the better unit by far. So it was just like, what's the point of Fusion Zamasu being here? Other that he is strike based, I guess, but. So yeah, I think Fusion Zamasu getting a Plat would be nice. I think he deserves it. I mean, all these other units here had a really good release, I would say. I mean, he is arguably top 1. Gotenks was really good for a long time. Omega Shenron was a well-edging unit. I mean, these guys technically could get also Plat, but I think they were great. They had a good time on the release. Also, they released a lot of units that just cancel buff effects, and which kind of shut them down. So, but yeah, we'll see what exactly they're gonna do. I think an LF Zenkai for Pike and Gogeta would be the best choice, and then make Kefla kind of work well with these two guys together. But yeah. Anything else I wanna add? We could talk about what they could give us as 1% sparking, and I think obvious choice is God Goku. We actually don't have a God Goku from this Universe Survival Saga at all. So I think just do that. I think the one who fought against Kefla fits perfectly for this, so yeah. God Goku has 1% sparking, and then this Super Saiyan 2, this Kefla. I don't know how they're gonna make this Kefla. Is this a synchro gauge? Is it not? I don't know. It's really, yeah, hard to tell with the 1% Kaon Khalifa already being there, but yeah, we're gonna see what they're gonna do. I assume she's gonna release on Wednesday. Maybe we get another hint meanwhile. Oh yeah. Last thing I'm gonna talk about quickly, now that I think about this. So yesterday I uploaded a video about Super Vegito and if you should summon on his banner. I think this now has this actually being Kefla has a, I would say, an impact on if you should summon on him, actually. So, because if you're a Fusion Warrior main specifically, this now is kind of a thing where I think like you have to summon for him. In case you have the unit at 5 stars, I think you kind of need to summon on him now, and then also summon for if Kefla, assuming you have the CC. But if you don't have enough CC to summon for both, then I would say don't summon on him and save for Kefla. I'm actually even thinking about summoning for Super Vegito, which I wasn't gonna do, but now that we know it's Kevlar, I kinda can spend my CC and don't worry. So, yeah, we will see. Next week, we're gonna talk about, once we know what color and ability she has, we will look at it. I don't know if we're gonna summon on her, because I don't technically need her, but maybe she's a unit I can make a use of. If she's gonna help my friend Evo, I'm maybe gonna summon on her actually. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that we get a new Kevlar, and see you guys in the next video.